I'd like to see some people get hit with that shot he got hit with, and to even get up on the count. Okay, it was too late when he got up, then he didn't make the count. There is such a thing, didn't make the count. And I'm glad he didn't make the count, because to get up from that second knockdown, and then if he fought on, and potentially, Usyk, obviously, the natural thing to do is to jump on him, and we won't be sitting here talking about Donald Dubois. Will be, oh, he's, God forbid, he's ended up in hospital because he got up. He was too brave for him to satisfy the audience's thirst for blood, is, how can I put it? Their quest for like disaster. Yeah. God is great, because that young man got up, made his way back to the corner, was coherent soon after that, right? Because I was asking him certain questions. And the medicals did what they did straight away in the corner and ascertained that he's fine. That young man was in this gym today. I prefer that I'm going to the hospital to visit that young man. There's a lot of difference. So I would say, behave yourself. Watch what you're saying, watch what you're putting out to the universe, because it has a tendency of coming back to you.
And those are the words of Don Charles, as he explains to everyone that felt that Daniel Dubois should have went on, and that's what he said to counterpunch what he said. He made some good points. Some of the same things he said now, I've already said, you know, like, would have wanted Daniel to be hurt? Would you want him to have the same thing that happened to him again? Because that more than likely would have happened. I think we do have to keep in mind Daniel Dubois could have been hurt if he would have continued. I think he's overlooking the issue. The issue is, not only did he walk back to the corner, he walked back with zero problems. He walked back with zero staggering or belligerency or any of that, you know. So people thought that he could have fought on. And I do think he could have if he wanted to. I think he didn't want to. I think the same thing, well, a similar thing happened in the Joe Joyce fight. He kept getting hit in that eye and he did not want to continue, so he took a knee. In this case, he was knocked to the ground the second time. I think the first time was more of a willing thing. It was more of willingness for him to go. But I think the second one was a hard blow. And I also agree with Don Charles. Hey, why don't you guys take that blow? I wish you could have took the Ivan punch from Oleksandr Usyk, because you can't have it both ways. It's either Usyk can punch hard for a heavyweight and you can respect him as a heavyweight right now, and he put Daniel Dubois down, or he's a quitter because he went down willingly. You know what I mean? I call it 50-50. I think he went down with the right hook. I think he could have took that shot. I just think he didn't want to. I think that shot was all he was wanting to take at that moment. That's why he went down. I think Daniel Dubois gets hit, and the mechanism or the go-to would be to take a knee. I think that's triple D, right? I think that's him in his tendencies, because he gets hit and he doesn't like that. So he does take a knee. He does go down because he doesn't want to get hit anymore. Right. And him saying, well, what do you want him to do? You want him to be in the hospital? No, we don't want him to be in the hospital. But this is the heavyweight division. One punch can land. Usyk threw bombs and, you know, overhand lefts and all this shit. But Daniel hasn't caught Usyk flush yet with his newfound confidence. So we don't know if he would have got up on the third one, if he would have had the heart to, and threw that punch and landed something, because Usyk's trying to finish. Because if you remember, and I know this is a different fighter, but you can remember, Usyk does have the tendencies to get caught when he does open up too much. And that happens. And it happened in the AJ fights, where he was throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, bop, then he gets countered with a punch or straight right, more than likely what landed on Usyk, and then that did hurt Usyk. Okay, so he's capable of getting hurt too, and I think that's what Don is not realizing. And I know what he's doing, which is clever. Like, hey, what do you want from this kid? I would rather him walk back to the corner than see him in the hospital, which is a good point. It is a good point. Because, why would you want Daniel hurt? And then, people already questioning, is he partial, autistic, and stuff like that. You don't want to add insult to something that's already possibly injured or tampered with mentally, right? So you guys say, so why would you want him getting knocked the spark out? Because that's all what could have happened. But I think what will happen with that knockout, people would have respected him more. Because see it now, we're still left with the did he quit shit, We're still left with that. And it will be the question now. See, the question's changed now. Nobody talks about that low blow no more after that second fight. Now everybody talks about if Daniel Dubois is still a quitter. See, what people respected, speaking of Deontay Wilder, I said it by mistake. He was a guy that people learned to respect in the third Fury fight because he wanted to go out on his shield. Like, I'm going to try to go out trying to knock him out, or I'm going to get knocked out. And people respected that because they knew what that was about. Bars. That's what that was. Okay. And they expected Daniel to do the same thing because they look at Daniel compared to his last fight. Yeah, you're able to give it, but you're not willing to take it. So if we find out you were just a quitter, like it is, the word is out on him that he is a quitter. So it's just saying that you're more like a bully. When things are going your way, you're going to beat and knock somebody senseless. But when you're taking it, you can't do the same. So no, people frown on that type of shit, especially boxing fans. Okay. Now I will leave you at the last portion of what he said. Be careful what you wish upon someone that can come back on you. You know what he meant, and you know who he was talking to. First of all, he was talking to everybody, but he was specifically specifying a certain person, I feel. And that was Oleksandr Usyk. He was saying that, hey, Usyk, you throwing those shots and you wish this, probably Spencer Farron too, because he has the beef in with Spence since Spence said this about him or that about him. Really, he didn't even talk about him. He was talking about his dad and the party and shit. So I don't know why he's so defensive on that. I just think that that's a ploy to keep his damn job, honestly. But anyway, I think he, was pretty much warning Usyk and people like that, like, hey, be careful of the position you're in now. It could change. You could be the one that gets caught. You know what I mean? You could be the one wearing that jacket in the same position as Daniel Dubois was. So be careful. So I think he was really warning, low-key warning Oleksandr Usyk because of that. But you guys tell me what you think of the latest from Don Charles, the trainer currently of Daniel Dubois, the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.